if you look at the world today, the so-called populism phenomenon is gaining traction, and Japan is no exception. And when you actually become the prime minister or minister, who is responsible for the execution of policies, you actually cannot translate in your populism into policy making. You know, unless you are really extreme. When you are running for parliament, you can probably say things that are rather extreme, and some percentage of people would support you. So that way you can get into parliament, because you don't have to, account for 100% of the population. But once you become the administrative office, like the prime minister or minister of department, then you have to think about the balance of different requirements, different aspects of policy making. For example, talking about people from abroad, some people say that you know no foreigners in the country. That's one idea. But on the other hand, some people do need people from abroad for, you know, as a viable workforce. And some people, of course, want to welcome people from abroad from humanitarian perspectives. So there are many different aspects of um, policy when you're facing with people from abroad. So policy making is taking a balance between these different aspects. However, when you are running for parliament, um, you do not necessarily say that you're going to take a balance between these different requirements, because that is something that doesn't sell. The way of Nagomi is great when you are doing things for yourself. Even as a citizen, uh, the way of Nagomi is a great, rule of the thumb to do things, because your life is on the balance. You cannot be an extremist or populist in your own life. But when running for parliament, people do, uh, pretend to be a populist, because that's a good sell. So I see this dissociation between what is important as you know practice, pr- prac- when you practice things as a private citizen or as a politician, and what you need to have rather extreme image or rather extreme ideas in order to stand out in the election. So Japan is now having election of the upper house, and you know I see people going for extreme ideas, but that is not going to stay. I mean, as a living as a person living in the modern world, I think it is always important to strive to be in the way of Nagomi, trying to be uh, well balanced in different aspects of life. And when you watch people exchange really extreme ideas, I think the way of Nagomi should be a kind of a golden standard by which you coordinate your actions and judge social phenomenon from a really life aligned aspect of worldview.